I was told you could tell a tree's age by the amount of rings it has. And I'm not sure if that's a lie or if some trees just be aging backwards, y'all. My family tree doesn't have a lot of rings in it. I mean, my grandfather never married my grandmother, and I think that's where the root of the problem is. The first ring was never properly formed. My grandfather became a cottonwood tree. You know, the type of tree to spread his seed with the wind. Translation: my grandfather had a second family away from his first one, but he was far from absent. I mean, a tree tall enough to be seen by both families. I'm not sure how this affected my father, but he has never married my mother, just a collaboration to birth a burden. I wonder how their broken branches could ever support the fruit they bear, and I'm scared that one day I too will have a child out of wedlock. Proof that bad apples can only produce bad apples, and honestly, I would say that's better than being strange fruit. But what happens when the tree is dying or aging back into non-existence? Y'all, I grew up with my aunt and uncle. They would argue so much, I used to believe my family tree would lose more years. All the pressure built from their fights would cause the ring to break. My uncle has caused parts of my family to split apart, and my aunt just doesn't know how to welcome them back. My family tree has lost so many years, I'm afraid it will end with me. All the generational trauma will poison the seed, and I'm not trying to dig up dirt on my family, but I am trying to leave enough space to replant myself. I've learned that when a tree loses a branch, it's almost as if it's de-aging. That you can replant a tree branch to start a new tree. The new roots can grow from the parts cut off. The only problem with that is it will grow to be an exact copy of the parent tree. So even if I have a family of my own, there's no guarantee that the problem won't stem from the same roots. And I want my family tree to be a willow, a symbol of mourning, of rebirth, of the endurance of love and family, because I love my family, just not the way we're growing. The funny thing about fertilizer is it will help you grow, but no one will tell you about the shit you go through. I learned that you could tell a tree's age by the amount of rings it has. My family tree doesn't have a lot of rings in it. I just hope that means we still have space to grow.